Another new day brings another new SUV, and today we have the facelifted Volkswagen Tiguan with us. Now, we have had the Tiguan in India before, and at that time it came with a 2-liter TDI diesel engine. Then we had the Allspace, which was basically a 7-seat version of the Tiguan, and now we have the 5-seat version back again. But this time it comes with a 2-liter petrol engine. Volkswagen have made some other updates as well, so let's dive right in. On the outside, there's a new front fascia with sleeker LED headlamps, a reworked front and rear bumper, and also an updated front grille. Then there's the new 18-inch alloy wheels, Tiguan lettering at the back, and LED elements in the tail lamps. On the inside, Volkswagen have chosen to replace the traditional buttons for the aircon with a touchscreen panel, which is quite nice to use. Then there is the new steering wheel, which is the same one that you find on the Tiguan. Now, since we're here, there are a couple of things that I'd like to mention, foremost of which is this fantastic looking 10.1-inch instrument panel. There are a couple of views that you can toggle as well based on your preference. Then of course there is the 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system, which is quite intuitive to use and quick to respond. I'm also happy to report that none of the VW-ness has been lost from the interiors, basically meaning that it feels solid, it feels well built and feels very safe. Seemingly so, since this car does come with 6 airbags as standard. But what's the news in the back seat? And it's good news because look at the amount of leg space I have in here and pretty decent headroom too. Now, since this is only a 5-seater, there is a pretty decent amount of boot space as well. Another thing I must add is this huge panoramic sunroof along with the rear 3/4 glass really add to the sense of space back in here. But like the cliche goes, let's get to the heart of the matter. And here it is, the 2-liter 4-cylinder TSI turbocharged petrol engine, which makes 190 horsepower and 320 Nm of torque. It's mated to a 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox and even comes with VW's all-wheel drive system. In fact, there is a terrain selector on the inside and you can choose between 4 modes. Now, I must mention that the same engine was also there on the Allspace, but that car was a whole 60 kilograms heavier than this one. So, does it have an effect on the drive? In short, yes. On the go, the updated Tiguan feels a lot livelier than before. The power delivery is sprightly and smooth, and the RPM meter pulls cleanly all the way up to the 6000 RPM mark. There's even 3 different driving modes which slightly alter the performance. Ride quality is quite excellent, with the Tiguan soaking up bad roads with relative ease. However, there is a loud thud while going over larger potholes at slightly higher speeds. The 7-speed DSG gearbox also deserves praise for seamless shifts, and there's even a manual mode along with paddle shifters to make things a little more fun. The Tiguan also feels a lot more agile in the corners compared to the Allspace and is undoubtedly the best handler in its segment. Overall, another driver's delight from VW. Now that you know all there is to know about the Tiguan, here is the most important bit. It costs rupees 31.99 lakh rupees ex-showroom. Now, that is a bit pricey when you compare it to the Hyundai Tucson, the Jeep Compass and the Citroen C5 Aircross. But there are 2 very important things to remember. First, the Tiguan is only sold in one variant called the Elegance. And second, none of the cars I've just mentioned are quite as driver-centric as this one. So, if you're out in the market looking for an SUV that does not drive like a typical one, this is your best bet.